one of the great American cities, home of the Buffalo Wing and Bill's Mafia. Welcome to Buffalo, New York and Control Field as the hometown Queen City Corsairs take on the visiting London Knights. Corsairs looking for their first win of season 17 in London, coming off a thrilling contest versus Atlanta last week, are looking to start 2-0 on the year. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrop. Rick Northrop is the analyst.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Shane Kaufman and Dwayne Schindler are on stats. And Johnny Pickler leads an explosive offensive attack for London. He threw the ball all over the yard, breaking the single-game passing mark for this hallowed franchise with over 548 passing yards, Rick. Just unbelievable numbers.
That qualifies as insane.
Meanwhile, the Corsairs are 0-1. They're 1-0. They beat Fort Worth, put up 31 points of their own, so this should be a high-scoring contest.
Fort Worth on line 1. Oh, I interrupted your flow. So sorry. Please continue telling there.
And London has elected to kick first. They won the toss. So last week's hero, Peter McLongfellow, had to kick this away to the rookie wide receiver, Doug Spelling, second round pick. And we're underway from Buffalo. The return by Spelling is up to the 28-yard line, and we'll get our first look at this Corsair attack. It's a lot of new faces. They had a rebuild last year following a disappointing 4-8 campaign. Quarterback A.J. Caswell and halfback Jet Zero are the returning players, along with Hubba Kimbrell and James Matthew Jr. at the tight end. Jay Hayden is a wide receiver, along with Deezer Powell, Christopher Ochoa, and Doug Spelling. Chris Kamazak comes over at fullback. Here's Caswell's first pass over the middle, caught for a pickup of 8 yards to Matthews Jr. And let's introduce you to the London defense. Spelman Lane is the defensive end, along with Chad Rowland, number 71. Defensive tackles are Cam Fosby and William Davidson. Jeff Gagne, Tony Roberto, and Tyler Mack Scarborough are the linebackers. Corners are Tanner Hendricks, Emmanuel Blackman, and Brady Ewing. As this pass is caught out of bounds by Ochoa for the first down, and it was nearly intercepted.
As the DB jumps the route there, just can't get there in time.
Anthony Weil and Rain Reno are the safeties. That completes the defense for the Knights. Here's Caswell, 10th year in the league, all with Queen City under center, 1st and 10. He fades back to pass. As says, screen up for Jet Zero. Zero has to break away from one tackle, break away from two, picks up the first down, and before he gets smacked down at about the 41-yard line.
That's a good old-fashioned get the ball in the hands of your and advances down the field for a first down. Colin, you talked about how a lot of new players for Queen City to get used to or familiar with. You know what is familiar, though?
What?
These tough black and electric green unis.
As Matthew Jr. again catches the pass over the middle, gets a first down to the 29. So Queen City moving the ball in a hurry.
I'm comfortable being an outlier, but I had...
Nice pass over the middle. See the catch there. The first down at the 29. Caswell under center. Defense shift showing blitz. 16. Indeed, 1st and 10, bunch to the bottom. Caswell, single back is 0. Outcut again to Powell, out of bounds at the 10. 2nd down. No, that's Dispelling, rather, his first reception. Pickup of 6, 2nd and 4.
He's making a little noise there to the London Knight defender on his way back to the huddle. Love it for his first catch. All jaw.
Here's Weil, number 35. Lots of big free agent signings for London, especially on the offensive side. Meanwhile, Ochoa catches this one and picks up 3 down to 7, set up a 3rd and 1.
DB splits out with him, reads that play, and prevents him from converting to another first down, Colin.
Corsairs converted 50% on 3rd downs last week versus Fort Worth. They're faced with a 3rd down and 1 situation here. They'll go 2 tight ends, 1 either side against a 4-3 defense. And they'll throw for the 1st down. Oh, that could have been intercepted. But it was knocked down.
Not only was it broken up, as you said, Colin, it was nearly picked off. It's an opportunity.
William Davidson, the defensive lineman, dropped back into coverage, and Dane Morrow, who was picked in the 1st round, number 8 overall, as a kicker. 6'3", 225.
That's a kicker. And now he's D-line?
I thought he was going to come out to take the field goal, but the offense stays on the field for the moment.
Oh, they're going to try and burn out the ritual burning of a timeout.
Ooh, London shows blitz.
Almost as popular as the Viking funeral pyre. This burning of a timeout, and there we go. What the heck? First half timeout's not that big a deal. Do it in the second half, you're going to hear me be agitated about it. Hey, if you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy.
Here's Dane Morrow. Rookie kicker. Made a couple of kicks last week for the Corsairs. This will be from the right hash. And that kick is true from 23 yards. So with 8 minutes to go in the first, Corsairs are in front, 3-0.
You know what else, Colin, is cool about the SFL is you get yourself in the chat. A lot of fun stuff happening in the chat, a lot of funny things, and you might not know it, but you can get some health tips earlier in the chat feed. I got some helpful hints about how to deal with male pattern balding. And those people know who they are. That semi-rude string of comments there.
Here is Saren Storm on the return, gets knocked down at about the 26, and we'll get our first look at Johnny Pickler and this explosive London attack. His halfback is Robert Merrill. Saren Storm, you just saw him there. Mike St. Green, the big free agent signing from Jacksonville, is wide receiver number 15. Vin Kalia is the other wide receiver number 19. They have Butch Minner and Perrin Abaya at the offensive line spots, and Benji Matson's the tight end. Pickler throws over the middle, pass is incomplete, intended for St. Green. Knocked down, incomplete. Second and 10. Andre Krim and DJ Majesty are the defensive ends for Queen City. David Tilley is the defensive tackle. BJ Lovelace and Jared Crow are the linebackers. Cody Griffin, Ted Haynes are the corners. Kappa Jones, he's the Reaper back, along with Maurice Lloyd at free safety, King Jamal at strong safety. Meanwhile, Pickler hit as he throws by DJ Majesty, converting from defensive end to outside linebacker to set up a 3rd and 10.
Pickler came into the league a few seasons ago with a lot of talent. He's been at a couple different places, and he's exciting to watch, and makes a lot of times can make something out of nothing. Let's see what he's got here with his first 3rd down.
Here's Pickler, throws out of bounds. Looking for Kalia, but he couldn't keep the feet in bounds. It wouldn't have been enough for a first anyway, I think, if he had caught the ball. So Bono Wilkerson on to punt for London.
So a good start for Queen City, both on offense, producing 3 points, and defense getting a hold here.
Jad Rowland, the head coach, also serves as London's offensive coordinator. He's got to be not very pleased with that opening effort from his offensive unit. His return will set up the Corsairs at the 43-yard line. Jay Hayden, number 83, who was a tight end number 2 in Baltimore last year, elected to move out to wide receiver. BJ Loveless also serves in the front office. He plays inside linebacker as the team's GM. Shane Kaufman and Dwayne Schindler are keeping tracks of the numbers and figures, and that's 5 more yards for Jet Zero up the middle, 2nd and 5.
Zero already having a few good plays here to talk about. And why not? He's one of their horses.
Here's Caswell and the gun. He has 3 wide receivers. Back to throw, pumps. Now goes to the sideline. It's going to be intercepted, and there's going to be nobody to catch him. It's going to be a pick 6 the other way for London. Touchdown.
Oh my. And he's got to send a thank you card for that gift.
Tanner Hendricks just grabbed that one out of the air, and the player coach gets his team on the board with the first touchdown of the game.
He's sneaky back there, and they don't see him. And that, the pump fake, I thought that ball was going to end up going deep. Typically, that's to get some separation right on the post, Colin, or the streak.
Yeah. What a stunning turn of events here. Extra point try. 6:56 to go in the opening quarter. And we've already had some exciting plays here in Buffalo, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed. Well, as we await the kickoff, I'll remind everybody the Rick meter is here today. Out in the parking lot, plugging and chugging. The staff is fully caffeinated and sugared up on Mountain Dew and Pop-Tarts. Intently watching the game, we'll get probably our first read from the staff around the end of the first quarter, early second quarter.
Here's off. Back to Spelling. He feels this about his 5 up the middle, and Doug Spelling will get tackled at the 27. Well, looks like the Corsairs might have to borrow a phrase from their NFL brethren, the Bills, and circle the wagons here. The offense looking to get back on track following the pick 6.
They have had a good-looking offense. Just that one mistake by Caswell. Surprising.
Here's Caswell under center. Turns, gives to 0-0 straight up the middle, and has to be tag team for the tackle by Scarborough, as well as Emmanuel Blackman, who's actually a native of London. So he's playing for his hometown team.
Well,
how about that?
Yeah. Scarborough always plays fair.
Empty shotgun, trips to the bottom. You see Jay Hayden, number 83, second from the bottom in that third receiver set. Caswell's back to throw, has time, fires over the middle. That's picked off. This time it doesn't do any damage in terms of scoring points, but Eric Toney has his team's second interception.
Oh my goodness. I don't believe what I just saw. It's hardly the time to use that, but really?
Anthony Wayo tipped the ball in the air, and the nickelback for London just grabbed it, pass intended for Spelling.
Yeah, there's a question in the chat too about Twinkies. Just let everybody know the Rick. If you want a job on the Rick meter, you gotta learn to like Pop-Tarts. We don't do Twinkies.
Pickler throws, and his first completion of the day is good for Mike St. Green. Their first down to the 41.
In fact, I've had to let some people go over the last couple seasons for contraband Twinkies inside the nerve center of the Rick meter.
It's a pickup of about 12 yards to the 41. Haven't seen a carry for Robert Merrill, but is a dynamic player out of the backfield. Spent a majority of his career as a receiver with the Storm before switching to tailback here with these Knights.
Well, and there we go.
Throw to Sharon Storm, picks up about 9, sets up second and 1.
As all three fans of this broadcast crew will know, we are big fans of catching the ball out of the backfield, especially on a wheel route. Am I right?
Yes, the running back just has to make sure his feet are planted inbounds so he can turn upfield for Yak. Yak is very important. London goes 4 wide on second and 1. This will be a handoff, and it won't turn out so well. Loss of 4. And they tried a shotgun run, but number 70 for Queen City, Dominic McWayne, said, buddy, and tackled him for a loss of 4.
That was a timely play for Queen City D, bringing up third, and now more than a little.
Long 36, Pickler.
Oh,
Ran over the middle, caught by Benji Matson, his first reception of the day. It's good for a first down to the 28.
Not sure why Queen City didn't bother to protect on that over the middle. It's only 5 yards. The DBs and the linebackers made a much deeper drop.
London wearing their white helmets, white uniforms, and dark red pants. Queen City, of course, in all black with their classic neon striped socks. Another carry for Merrill, and he lost only 1 yard this time. It'll be second and 11. Tackle made by DJ Majesty. Clock now winding under 4 minutes to go. Corsairs touchdown favorite at home, over under 57.5 according to our friends at Jack's Data. Here's Pickler over the middle, and Kalia dropped the ball, but it was more expertly played by Kappa Jones, the Reaper back, number 28.
Reaper back. That's fun to say. Yeah, also the London Knights uniforms look spiffy too. I am a fan of that, and I appreciate that they're using yours truly, King Richard III's personal symbol of the lion on their uniforms. Thank you very much.
4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. Pickler to throw. Fires over the middle, and that's dangerous, and it's intercepted. Jared Crow grabs the ball, and he could have been gone a long way. But luckily, Butch Meaner was there to bring him down.
Well, it's when you're 6'4", 270, and you play linebacker for a living, you don't really have that extra gear as he gets run down. But, hey, it's a turnover and great field position for your Queen City Corsairs.
Of course, the Corsairs, they've won 4 SFL championships with multiple different quarterbacks. Bunch formation to the bottom. Caswell sidearm incomplete.
Ooh.
Looking for Ochoa, but the throw was not on target.
Okay, show of hands. Who's noticing that Caswell's last few passes have been dangerous, let's say? I mean, that one, 3 defenders sort of in line, in column for the flight of that ball.
Quarterback rating 40.5, 66 yards, and of course those 2 interceptions heavily dragging that rating down. Here's Jetsier on the carry, breaks a tackle, but he got his clock cleaned. I believe that was Tanner Hendricks there coming up to make the tackle.
Gets shoved after, what, a 2-yard gain? Shoved to the turf unceremoniously.
Bip Markham raised his hand in the chat.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, it's a 3rd and 8 for Queen City. They're 0 for 1. so far. This is play number 16 total of the game, and they'll now be 0 for 2.
Run that route deeper, son.
Ochoa caught the ball, but only 2 yards short of the sticks. And Morrison will be on to punt for Queen City.
You mean Morrison? You see, Morrison's on.
I don't get it.
He's got to put his foot in the ball, you see? See, suddenly it's a 40s cop movie.
Here's the rush. Oh, they nearly blocked the punt. Morrison got it away, and the fair catch is called by Storm at the 21.
Yeah, he is able to produce a fair catch with some pressure there, so Morrison gets the job done.
And Pickler looking to shake off the interception he threw on the last drive for London. Will start it 1st and 10 on his own 21. He goes bunch with 4 receivers, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Robert Merrill, the single back.
Not expecting run, and they get run.
They get run, but it lost the yard. Instead of going north and south, he tried to go east-west. Then not a good idea. Kappa Jones on the stop.
Good recovery, and maybe they didn't. Maybe the Knights didn't get. We're not going to see another view of it, but they should have had a pulling guard or somebody, a lead blocker over there. They had an advantage with having him.
Empty shotgun. Pickler fires it out, and it's going to be dropped. This is the other tight end. Number 87, Phillips. Tony Phillips just flat out dropped the ball.
See, who was defending him? Look at this. Well, he was just kind of in the way. Maybe.
He spun to make the catch as the ball was behind him a little bit.
Yeah, I think the ball was on him faster than he expected. Just couldn't react. Like trying to catch a bullet or an arrow, you know? You can recognize that it's there, you just can't get your hands on.
Well, they go 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side, but it's 3rd and 11. Pickler with another pass attempt. This one's complete, and turning upfield for the first down is Vin Kalia.
Kalia with a nice catch, good concentration, and
Pickler is now up to 43 yards passing.
They're spotlighting Hayes coming up to make that play, but I would contend it was a better offensive highlight.
Here they go bunch to the bottom. This is shotgun. Merrill lines up sidecar to the right against what appears to be a dime defense of some sort as Pickler has to scramble out of there. And Merrill's unable to keep his feet in bounds and turn upfield.
Nobody defending that guy. All he's got to do is just settle down 3 or 4 yards before the sideline. So he kind of keeps trotting out there. Pickler throws it to him, and he can't. He's reacquainted with Isaac Newton and one of his laws of motion.
Now they flipped a bunch to the bottom. Single receiver to the top. Pickler going deep on the post. Cut double coverage. What a catch. Vin Kalia pulled that down out of a crowd of people. My goodness.
Wow, 2 great catches in a row for Mr. Kalia.
Here's the throw. 2 defenders right in the area.
There you get to see why Pickler can be so dangerous. He totally looks off. He's scanning the right side of the field, knowing all the time he wants to go to him, to Kalia, and just turns and fires that dart in that triple coverage, Colin. That's impressive. You got to be worried about Queen City if Pickler starts feeling it like that.
He throws another one, and that could have been caught. Benji Madsen had it on the deflection, but after it was initially tipped by the defender there, number 23, Cody Griffin, the rookie defensive back, picked in the 2nd round. 2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 1:12 to go in the opening stanza here.
Still in the opening stanza. Exactly.
Yeah, London comes out with something different. They go 2 wide receivers at the top, 2 tight ends. And they'll throw. It's a 7-step drop. Pickler going for the bundle, and Vin Kalia could not hang on to the ball. He dropped that one.
Right idea. Just couldn't come down with it.
Trying to go deep, and it looks like his arms all of a sudden became short on that one. Sets up a 3rd and 10.
No, it was well defended.
And the young man from Elmhurst, Illinois, trying to lead his lads down the field. Oh, and Mike St. Green was the intended target there.
A little Patrick Mahomes or Johnny Manziel there as he's ranging to his left away from his throwing hand and still gets some mustard on the ball, puts it downfield. 4th and 10, Colin.
And they're going to have to punt. Ball is on the course here, 41. Box out to 104, first quarter.
No pressure.
And well, the Knights are hoping this will take a bounce, but the gunner runs it into the end zone.
does the Corsairs a solid. Yeah, I was surprised they didn't go for the block because that having it die inside the 10 was always a possibility.
Oh my. It'll be 1st and 10 for Queen City from the 20. They're down by 4, 7-3. Look at London, all the press coverage and the guys up on the line of scrimmage. Caswell sees that, changes the play, gives to 0, and he picks up, 0 yards.
As the big uglies up front for London stuff up the line of scrimmage, Colin.
And these are big people.
Are they now? How big are they?
Well, the defensive end, the rookie one, Lane is 265, Roland's 290, so is William Davidson. And then the defensive tackle, Cam Fosby's 310. As 0 only picks up 1 yard. Tackle made by Telly Max Scarborough. And of course, Tony Roberto is a converted defensive end, spent last year with the Gladiators as an outside linebacker after spending his first couple of years playing the defensive end position. Here's Caswell, steps, throws, complete over the middle, 1st down. Jay Hayden, his first catch of the day. And the former Baltimore Vulture feeling pretty excited about that one as we have reached the end of the 1st quarter. End of 1 quarter here, 7-3 London in front of Queen City. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch. As we start the 2nd quarter with Queen City down by 4 points following a pick 6 from Tanner Endrick. And the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. Here's to get the Jets 0-0, plowing through defenders, picks up about 8 or 9 yards. They'll mark him a yard short of the sticks. It'll be 2nd and 1. Hard running there by 0.
Recall 0 on his own, caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage in the 1st quarter and rumbled down for a 1st down without any assistance.
9 yards, ball marked exactly at the 50. They get the 0 again to finish the job, and he picks up the 1st and plenty more.
Finish the gerb.
That guy is not hard to miss with those lime green sleeves, and he's rolled his sleeves up and gone to work. Dragging Roberto and Anthony Waya along for the ride. 1st and 10 at the London 42. 2 tight ends in the formation. He is to give up the middle to 0. He picks up 6 yards. It's now 35 yards on 8 carries for 0. 0. They'll pick up a 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Lane in on the tackle for London that time for 69. Here's the throw, Caswell.
Oh. Very unexciting.
It'll be 3rd and 3 following the incompletion to Powell. Up from the 35. You need 3 more yards to keep the drive going. It's probably out of field goal range for the young man at this point. Here's the throw over the middle. Caught by Ochoa for the first down. High-low combo tackle made by Scarborough as well as Jeff Gage.
But not until the damage is done. Another set of downs for Queen City.
See the average yards per carry for Shira, 4.4. Also has 1 catch for 21 yards. Caswell throws it to him. He's unable to add to that total. He hauls it in, but he had to spin behind him to catch the ball. As a result, no gain on the play.
Big nothing burger on that one. I think Queen City's got something to prove. They looked really great on their first possession, Colin, and they find themselves trailing 7-3. They want to score points the old-fashioned way on offense.
Well, the crowd's getting restless. They want a Rick meter update. 0 will do his best to advance it past the line of scrimmage. Only picks up 1, telling Max Scarborough has to clean it up.
Yeah, Rick Meter finds this game interesting so far. It came into the game thinking, Queen City was going to be all that in a bag of chips, but at this point, London's got the lead, and Queen City's had trouble putting any more points on the board.
And the Corsairs pick up the first down on 3rd down as Doug Spelling hauls that one in at the 15. What a catch by the rookie.
Rick Meter does have looks more favorably upon offensive scoring than defensive scoring. So there is that, but I think we're confused at this point, so it's at neutral.
There you go, folks. The Rick meter is at neutral. Until more data can be gleaned from this game, it's at 0. Gets it zone as he ran over about 2 people and dragging another one past the goal line.
Lean Corsairs. Did I say neutral? I meant lean Corsairs. There's the Rick meter now.
Look at this run by 0. He just explodes through the hole. Ran over 1 person. Then he carried another one across the goal line.
Nice run by 0, and he is so far the difference maker for Queen City. They've got several other talented players on the team, and they would do well to get them more involved.
Dane Morrow tried the extra point with 7:34 to go in the first half of play. His extra point is up and good. Rick, I wanted to point out something to you. I know kickers have strange habits sometimes, little superstitions. Morrow has a full bar face mask with a bar running right down the middle for his helmet selection.
Yes, I love it. Old school. Odd old school.
Here is the kickoff.
Kickers are funny people, but they are people. It's funny.
Here's Aaron Storm on the return. He gets smacked down at the 29.
Oh my.
King Jamal running down on special teams.
If you can break clear of that first contact on these SFL returns, it dramatically increases your chances not only for a good return, but maybe to break it.
Let's see what the Knights can do here. They've had a bit of difficulty moving the football.
How hard is it, Colin?
Here's Merrill, his first carry, and he picks up 2 yards, his first positive yardage carry.
What do Dwayne and Shane have to say for themselves on comings and goings of the London offense, Colin?
As far as the comings and goings are concerned, Pickler has 62 yards on 6 of 15 passing. Robert Merrill's at minus 6 yards on 3 carries. Leading receivers Finn Kalia, 2 catches, 35 yards. And this catch is hauled in for a first down. That is Mike St. Green, his second reception.
And all of that adding up to 0 offensive points for your London Knights.
As we get an update in the other game over on Next Level Sports, the Louisiana Revolution in front by 10, 20-10 as we start the third quarter over Charleston. Now we go 3 wide, single back is Merrill. Pickler, out route. St. Green is unable to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 for an offense that hasn't been as productive as they want to be or can be. Here with, where are we in our quarter? 6:31 left in the second.
Johnny Pickler takes a snap, throws it out to Merrill. Merrill has all kinds of room, tries to spin back in the middle of the field, pick up 6 yards for his trouble. See the quarterback comparison, neither one has thrown a touchdown pass yet, but Caswell has thrown 2 interceptions, including the pick 6. It's a 3rd and 4 situation. London is 2 for 5 on 3rd down. This is the 25th play of the game for London. And they'll give a straight handoff to Merrill. Merrill turning the legs and picks up a first down. Way to go, young fella.
That's nice. Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, to join our community, the league and the teams that play in it, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,500 games, people, and it's thousands of players who've hit the virtual field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong.
Here's Johnny Pickler, quick drop, out cut. Oh! Could have been real dangerous. Instead, it's only a knockdown by Kappa Jones, the Reaper back.
Kappa Jones had it. I don't have it.
And Ray Bentley pops in the chat and he says, let's have a Jolly Roger good one, everyone.
Ray Bentley Ray, the finest dresser in the league.
Out cut again, and that's knocked away. Jones read that again beautifully. He plays the slot nickel position. They call the Reaper back here. See all sorts of cool names for that spot. You had the Viper back, the Don Brown defense. You have the Hero back. You have the Super back. Just about any nickname you want for that kind of.
As long as it's cool.
Here's Pickler. 3rd and 10. Throws. Oh, he threw a pick. BJ Loveless had it in his hands, but could not quite hang on. The Knights will be forced to punt once again. Notice Johnny didn't set his feet that time as he let the ball go. He was on the move.
Yeah, that may have contributed to it being thrown directly to a Corsair defender.
And I see Eddie Gage in the chat. He says, BJ, we talked about this.
And there's a fair catch for Queen City. You know, Colin, the SFL invades Houston August 6th to 8th. That is next weekend. To induct the 2021 Hall of Fame class, showcase live and in-person Week 3 action, and to connect with the SFL community all around the world. Look out for live camera feeds from the event on our Twitch channel all weekend long at twitch.tv/simulationfl. Colin, are you going to the convention?
I'm going to the convention. Are you going to the convention?
Am I going to the convention? Why, yes, I am.
Caswell, outcut is caught by Matthews Jr., picks up 5.
Super excited. Well, 3-point lead for the Corsairs, Colin. Taking just under 5 minutes to go until halftime. Let's see what they can do here, right? How well can they time this and generate a score?
This will be a pass out to Teaser Powell, set up a 3rd and 2.
We heard that bark of approval from Denver, the service dog. Denver, the service dog, has made the trip with us to Queen City. He's maybe becoming mouthy. We'll have to see about that.
2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Nickel defense for London. Throw over the middle, caught by Matthews Jr. for the first down to the 34. And that was the perfect counter against the defense that they were.
Indeed.
Throw is nearly intercepted. Pass intended for Spelling, but the man who knocked that down was Brandon Ewing. I haven't called his name much today. That'll be a 2nd down and 10. Now they empty everyone out, go 4 wide receivers plus the tight end Matthews Jr. Caswell back to throw, out cut to Ochoa. He picks up 4, falling out of bounds at the 38. Hubbrook Kimbrough is the only one without so much as a target as far as the wide receivers for Queen City are concerned. This is a 3rd and 6 situation from the 38.
That's surprising.
Here's Caswell. Outcut. Powell.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll be short by a few yards.
Just prettying up the 4th down by running that ineffectively short of the sticks.
Here is the punt. And St. Green will start his team off at the 24. We have a 1st and 10 at the 24. London goes 5 wide. They're going full air raid here. Everybody out in the pattern. Pickler's pass. Intercepted. Intercepted on the play by Cody Griffin off the deflection.
Wow, like you say, Colin, they recognize they need to get down the field and produce something there. And
he tried to go deep. I believe that was St. Green, but the defender put on him allowed Cody Griffin just to grab the ball out of the air. Here's Jet Zero. 10 carries, 51 yards, and including a spectacular touchdown. And that is his first career interception. Congratulations, young man. Make sure you grab that ball from the equipment staff before it gets buried.
Before it goes back in the milieu.
Pick up at 4 yards. Only 2nd and 6 to Ochoa with some nice footwork there. Liam Crowder, the London co-owner, says that wasn't Johnny's fault. It was just a better hit by the defender on Mike. And I tend to agree.
Yeah, don't think so. More of a defensive play than an offensive play.
Here's Beaver runs over 2 people and picks up the first down. Oh my goodness. He ran over about 2 people within the first 2 or 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Boom. Boom. And finally, Tanner Hendricks brings him down. See, 144 yards. Those 2 picks dragging down the quarterback rating slightly. 23 of 29, and Zero runs over 200 people again, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. Wow, Jet Zero is putting on a clinic as far as how to break tackles today, ladies and gentlemen.
He's feeling it, and really the difference maker right now in the game.
Runs over the linebacker, runs over the DB, and just outruns everybody else.
Just makes a nice cut, gets away, takes it to the house.
Well, that's another touchdown for the Corsairs. Rick, what does the meter staff have to say?
Well, the meter staff has been leaning Queen City. I think I'm going to keep the Rick meter right there for now. See if London is able to answer here with 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go.
It's now a 17-7 game, and London has to play a little catch-up.
Well, I'll see what the offensive brain trust has put together for London here. The classic 2-minute drill on offer.
Here is Sharon Storm on the return. Gets up to the 27. Robert Merrill, 5 carries, 1 yard. Ooh, ouch. Of course, he had some negative runs to begin the game, which sort of makes that statistical total in terms of number of yards a little misleading.
Yeah, it's actually worse than it sounds.
Here's Johnny Pickler in the shotgun. He's thrown 2 interceptions, including one on his last drive. Quarterback rating 9.7.
Ooh.
As this pass is dropped by Sharon Storm. Incomplete.
I think the DB might have gotten his paw on it. May have deflected it. Let's see if we get a replay, Colin.
Oh, the boys in the truck aren't going to give us one. Oh, wait. I'm being told in my ear that Storm did, in fact, drop that pass.
Thank you. Thank you, spotters.
Second and 10. Pickler under center. Will throw. Over the middle, underneath. And St. Green holds that one in. We reached the 2-minute warning. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Twitch. We'll be right back. Johnny Pickler under center, 3rd and 4. He's back to throw over the middle. Nice completion. This is to Benji Matson, the tight end, number 40. And his teammate, Tony Roberto, with a little bit of extra motivation perhaps for his quarterback, who's been in a bit of a slump to begin this game. He's only 9 of 24 for 86 yards. Here's Merrill on the carry up the middle, picks up 5 yards. Ties his longest run of the day as he starts to get moving in the right direction.
You know, coming up on the APM Music Halftime Report, Cam and Tom break down first half between the Toros and the Scorpions, update you on the action going on around the league, and get to know more about the life and experience of studio guest host Tom Welsh. It's all coming up in the APM Music Halftime Report.
That was a shotgun run to set up a 3rd and 1. They'll update you, of course, everything going on in this game and what's going on in the other game across our affiliated networks.
I just said that.
As the throw is complete to the 32. Still no calling a timeout. Pickler throws. St. Green with a great catch, and he gets out of bounds at the 24 with 34 seconds left.
Good work by St. Green there to get himself out of bounds and stop the clock. But you're right, Colin. They could have maybe used a timeout earlier and had a little bit more time.
Time more important than yards. I would venture
offer
to say, yeah.
Change my mind.
Here is the toss. This will be complete to Merrill. It'll be 3rd and 1, and they call a timeout with 30 seconds left. It's Chad rolling. 3rd and 1, whole playbook's open here, Rick. What do you do?
3rd and 1, 2 timeouts. You're going to run 2 plays, so maybe a little toss again.
He is the
QB sneaks. You don't see those very often. But
Pickler will throw. This will be another swing at the Merrill. Merrill stayed in bounds, though, and they had to burn.
Yes, he spins.
Second timeout.
He spins back inside. A little unawareness. Fairly unaware. He just needed to catch that past the sticks and fall out of bounds.
25 seconds left, 1 timeout remaining. And now they empty the backfield, spread everybody out 4 wide. Here is Pickler over the middle, 1st down. And they run the hurry up. They're in a good formation. Clock is now 15 seconds and counting. Pickler has to be efficient here. Takes a quick drop, slide over, another touchdown. Benty Matson on the slide cut.
There we go. The Rick meter was right. London might have something up their sleeves, and they produce a touchdown, Colin.
What a catch by Matson. As Pickler finds the end zone again.
Wow. Maybe a little mix-up on the routes, but the ball is caught for the score.
He's now up to 145 yards on 16 of 31 passing. 1 touchdown, but 2 interceptions.
I think the London Knights are going to be fairly happy to hit the locker room only down by 3.
And remember, Rick, they elected to kick to start the game, so they get the ball.
Ah, indeed. Indeed.
Now, an opportunity to double dip here, provided nothing crazy happens, of course,
Right.
with the kickoff.
Right. Right. Scoring on back-to-back possessions is obviously always a killer. And when there's no intervening opponent possession.
Here is Spelling on the return. Doug Spelling. Open field. Oh, boy, Doug Spelling to the
Uh-oh.
Doug
Get out of the ref's way.
More time comes. Oh, my goodness. And they're back up by 9 pending the extra point.
Oh, as time expires, Mr. Spelling. Mr. Spell. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Oh, my goodness. Like you said, Rick, it only takes one broken tackle to get out, and then
your chances go through the roof, at least for a good return, and Spelling makes them pay. Maybe a little letdown on the special teams for London as they're thinking, heading into the locker room, not doing too bad. They forgot about Doug Spelling.
Harper Kimbrell, number 42, the backup tight end. He got that last block on the poor old place kicker to spring his teammate free, and Queen City's now back up by 10 as we've reached the end of the first half. My goodness. We've reached halftime. 24-14, Queen City in front. We'll take a look at the numbers, and it's pretty clear that Corsairs are dominating the offensive side of the ledger at the very least.
Yeah, especially when you consider 7 of the Corsair of the Knights' points came defensive play. Every one of the Corsairs' points came, honestly, through special teams offense.
There's the pick six, which was really sort of almost a shocking thing. But Caswell bounced back, well, not before throwing another interception there. But he bounced back nicely, 179 yards and 23-29 passing. Jared Crow grabbed an interception. And Johnny Pickler, you know, he's throwing some nice passes. That one to been for you.
Yeah, Kalia with a couple of nice grabs here in the first half. And then there's this guy.
Just 81 yards on 11 totes of the ball and 2 touchdowns, including that one right there. Remember, Pickler threw 548 yards last week versus Atlanta. And he only has 145 through one half of play. We can take a look at the second touchdown run by Zero. Just more amazing power from this guy. DJ Loveless, 5 total tackles, 4 solo, 1 assisted.
Nice touch pass by Pickler for their last score of the first half. And then here's your ball white.
Doug Spelling breaking a few tackles, and that block right there from Kimbrell on poor McLongfellow. Oh my.
Kicking McLongfellow.
But luckily for London, they'll receive the ball first. Start third quarter play. Dane Morrow sets the tee this up to Saren Storm, whose former team, the Louisiana Revolution, is now in front by 6, 23-17 over Charleston as we enter the fourth quarter of that game. The return, Storm up the middle, gets knocked down at the 29. Where his team will start first and 10 now. Great comment from Ashley Jackson saying, every team is so much more competitive these days, and it keeps things interesting. You happen to agree?
Indeed. Indeed, and I think the skill level of the brain trusts behind each team and their players continues to increase.
Pickler fires this out to Merrill. Merrill has to break a tackle, tries to break a second one, but only able to pick up 6. You see the quarterback comparison there. Pickler has a touchdown pass now to give him an advantage there. Both quarterbacks have thrown 2 interceptions.
I want to apologize for previewing the Fort Worth, Arizona halftime report inadvertently. There after the 2-minute warning in the second quarter. That, of course, will come up at halftime in Fort Worth, Arizona, not London and Queen City.
There is Merrill on the carry. Oh, they didn't give him the first down. I
Yikes.
thought he got it, but they'll say he's a whisker away from picking up the first down. Let's see if they give it to him to finish the job.
Give him another shot.
Come on, the lad deserves another shot. He's got a job to do.
Kirk, that was an okay.
Merrill, oh, he's unable to finish there as Jared Crow met him right in the hole and delivered a big old stick on him.
It did. Had its moments, but it was kind of odd.
This is Wilkerson again on for the punt, and for London, this has to be doubly frustrating, given that they scored on their last drive at the end of the first half, only to see a special teams touchdown swing momentum the other way back to their opponents, and now they were unable to convert a 3rd and inches.
Yeah, that's very disheartening for London. Queen City all too happy to receive the punt and get themselves back on offense.
Caswell under center. Surveys the defense, a 4-3 defense. Gives to Jet Zero, runs over yet another defender, but is brought down by 2 more after pickup of 4.
Yeah, they're able to actually stop him short of the line of gain or short of the goal line. Something novel in this game. Jet Zero picking up only 4. What do his numbers look like over there? I want to thank also Dwayne Schindler and Shane Kaufman handling the stats, making us look semi-intelligent. Thank you, gentlemen.
85 yards on 12 carries for 0. This is carry number 13. He picks up, well, they're going to give him 3 more yards as he gets absolutely whacked by Anthony Wild. 5'11", 210, but packs a wallop for his size. 3rd and 3. This is critical for London if they want to try to get back in this game. They're going to stop here. Caswell, first down pass, however.
No stopping on that one.
I believe that was Jay Hayden who caught that pass.
Well, as this drive progresses, the Rick meter is continuing to be impressed by Queen City. Defense, special teams, and offense. We'll get an updated reading here shortly.
Press coverage. Caswell outcut. Matthew Jr. has plenty of room in the first down and a whole lot more.
And boys and girls, that is how you run that little play. Don't let your momentum take you out of bounds. Get yourself upfield.
We'll get it again. Just a quick drop, and he's able to spin around, catch the ball with both hands. Now we're on the linebacker trying to chase him down. See the numbers there for Caswell with 2 interceptions. The numbers still looking good. 187 on 23 of 30 passing. Here's another handoff to Zero, and this time he goes down on first contact.
And why not? Handing off to Zero, that is. London is able to hold him to reduced yardage from what we saw in the first half.
2 tight ends to the same side, Matthews Jr. and Kimbrell. As Zero plows up the middle, picks up a 3rd and 2. You've seen a lot of teams across the league, Rick, going with these 2 tight end sets, and usually it's one guy who's sort of the catchy, movable Y piece, and the other guy is sort of like the extra offensive lineman. He's more of the blocky guy, helps do the dirty work.
Right. And I like the options you can get with that double tight end set. And
Zero picks up the first down with ease as Wild once again just smacks him down, but not before he picks up a first.
another look at it here.
Bam. Just
You know, we talked about the uniforms and stuff, Colin. want to make sure everybody visits the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys. Get them, and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL.
Powell catches that first down slant pattern down to the 16. And slants is one of the more popular pass patterns you'll see right here as Matthew Jr. Solid numbers for him. 5 grabs, 5 targets. Here's Caswell, open the middle. Matthew Jr. 6th grab, he picks up 6 yards.
Was that a broken play, or did the Knights D-line get some penetration there and kind of break up the timing? Looked like Caswell was a little off balance or awkward with that delivery.
Matthew Jr. is 6'7", 265. Hard to cover. You don't really know who to cover him with. London covers him with a linebacker, and and that was a poor choice as the Corsairs score again.
Choose poorly. I thought we were going to get a down at the 1-inch line, but it's a touchdown.
And look at that.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he's just unable to.
He broke the plane. The plane, Colin.
Oh, it's the sighting of the plane, the aeroplane.
The plane. Fantasy Football Island has received more guests.
Dame Morrow to try the extra point, and now if you're London, you're really in a hole, and you got to try to make the river run uphill. It's now 31-14 with 5:57 to go in the third.
Well, it's a 3-score game, and as we know, don't we, everybody?
Yes,
we need to start counting possessions and score differential, not points, but scores in the second half.
It's now a couple possession game. Saren Storm breaks a tackle, tried to break out of a second one, but the special teams unit led by King Jamal, number 21, down there on special teams is the gunner.
Yes.
Absolutely flew down.
Yeah, and just there's a few players out there just trying to make it happen, and Storm is one of them for London.
Ball's on the 27, Pickler. Under center. 6-step drop, has plenty of time in the pocket, jumps it off the mirror out of the backfield, but Solomon Crow once again delivers the hammer blow as he picks up 3 yards.
Yeah, and you got to be talking about chunk yards here if you're London, Colin. Getting some drops, maybe to set something up, but you're not going to get yourself up and down the field as many times as you need to get back in this one.
It's a 3-score game right now. They have to score a touchdown on his drive if they want to make it a 2-score game. Have to do it rather quickly. Oh, and out of bounds, Saren Storm, just his second grab on 5 targets. This is a 3rd and 3 situation. And for London, they're 6 of 11 on 3rd down. Which means one of 2 things. They're really good at converting 3rd down, or they've been in this situation a lot. 4 wide. Pickler gives to Merrill, and he'll only get 1. He needed 3. Not the best play call choice, in my opinion. It's BJ Loveless among the black shirts there to greet him. This will be drive 8.
Nearly blocked.
And all but one of them have ended in a punt. The other 2 ended in interceptions. The other one, of course, was the 8-yard passing touchdown of the 11-play, 74-yard drive. Gives you kind of an idea that this offense has had their struggles.
Well, as Queen City comes back out on offense, we'll check in with the Rick meter. The Rick meter is going full Queen City now. Full Queen City. Rick meter predicting a Queen City victory at the 3:47 mark of the third quarter.
Ochoa with a nice catch down to the London 46 on the post. And once again, they're just picking up yards and chunks. Caswell up to 240.
Yeah, at this rate, Queen City is at risk of turning first downs into boring. Happens all the time. Come on, London. Bark up on D here.
Well, they did force 2 turnovers.
They have. And it is time for a return of a turnover. The return over. Time for the return over.
Here's Jet Zero on the swing, breaks a tackle and has to get 2 men to bring him down after pickup of 7. Weil and Chad Rowland combine on the stop, and Zero letting Weil know about it. There's William Davidson.
Former owner of the Pistons.
Oh. I believe his given name is not Bill.
Made his money in supplying glass to the automotive and building industries.
Gagne on the tackle for loss. That's up a 3rd and 4. Box is light. Could be a good time for a run. Oh, we got offside. It won't matter though. Zero still picks up the first down. They'll decline the penalty.
They'll decline that bad boy. Move the sticks. Anyway, keep Zero's stats intact.
He's now cracked the century mark. He's up over 100 yards. He's at 102 on just 17 totes of the ball. Healthy 6 yards per carry average with a long of 22.
Wow.
Press coverage from London out of a 4-3. Is to get the Zero. Has to hurl over a down man. Picks up 4 yards. As you see, the comparison's not really all that close.
We're under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. You're watching London Knights visiting the Queen City Corsairs here in Buffalo.
Bunch to the top. Man to the bottom is Spelling. He has a kick return for a touchdown. Another Zero toe to the ball. Gets yardage down to the 25. Sets up a 3rd and 4.
Visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you might have missed since the Simulation Football League got its start in 2013. SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archived people behind players, segments, and all the major milestones in league history.
As Zero gets yardage down to the 14, the seas are just parting for this young man. He's up over 114 now. No, 125 on just 21 totes of the ball.
Totes, carries, advances, touches. We got them all, folks.
Now the London defense is really up against it now. They have to try and slow down the Seas. They do a little bit there as they hold 0-2. Telemac Scarborough among the defenders there to bring him down. This will be the last play of the quarter. It'll be a good 0 handoff. And only gain yardage to make it a 3rd and 6. Queen City firmly in control over London, 31-14. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Twitch. I see people throwing their fours up in the chat as we start this fourth and final stanza. I'm Colin Northrop. Rick Northrop is the analyst.
Yup.
Statsmen are Shane Kaufman and Dwayne Schindler. As Caswell threw to Doug Spelling, but Gagne with a nice break up there. As we take a look at it again, the inside linebacker plays the deep third and closes quickly on the rookie wide receiver.
Times his hit just right. Dislodge that ball. The rookie wideout thinks he's got another one, and it's not to be.
Corsairs forced to try another field goal. Dane Morrow. This will be his second attempt at the game. He made one from 23. This is about that distance, perhaps a little shorter. Snap, spot, kick is on the way, and it is good from 26. It is now 34-14 with 10:54 to go in this game.
You know, the Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com.
Here's Darren Storm on the return, gets tackled at the 29, and interesting fact from one of our statisticians, Dwayne Schindler, and that last drive, which was 11 plays, 59 yards, Jet Zero was the only person to touch the ball that possession. 2 passes and all the runs went to him.
Oh my goodness. Sort of quietly grinding down the Corsairs is Mr. Zero personally.
Pickler gives the Merrill double spin move inside, and he picks up 10 and plenty more. Let's see this again.
You know, Merrill, he's got a lot of skills, and this you can see him on display right here. Nice run.
Nice run after the catch.
The old dipsy-do spin move. And we got ourselves a first down.
174 yards now for Pickler and 20 of 35 passing. Merrill has 7 receptions for 35 yards.
174 for Pickler. Knocked me over.
And he's trying to add to that total here, but instead he throws an interception, this time directly to Cody Griffin.
Oh, my goodness. Sorry, Johnny. Hopefully that's not the announcer jinx there. That's just unfortunate.
Looking for Ben Kalia on the corner route, and he threw it directly to Cody Griffin. 6'3", 195. So he's a bit on the taller side for a cornerback in this league. Here's Jet Zero again, takes the handoff. First down, a whole lot more, runs over one man. Makes a man miss, and there he goes. Only one man to catch, and that's Ewing, and he will not touch down Queen City. The yards continue. Touchdown Corsairs. A 64-yard touchdown romp by Jet Zero. Beautiful blocking on the inside, ran over one defender, outran Brady Ewing, who had caught him at about the 3, but he was just a bit out of reach. Man. Put him in the aisle. Johnny to Jet Zero. Striding down there, making it look easy. After going 4-8 the previous year, it looks like the Corsairs are back to their world-beaten ways. Morrow's extra point is up and good. It's now 41-14.
Stunning. Stunning, Colin.
Of course, Pickler earlier this week had a sit down with a teammate of his, Benji Madsen, decided it would be a good idea to call out some of these rookies in the secondary. Looks like Cody Griffin took that personally.
Indeed, that may have given him a little extra motivation. It looks like he's going to break one every time lately, Colin, on those returns.
Ball is on the 30, and for London, they're now staring at a huge deficit with not a lot of time to try and overcome it. Here's to get to Merrill, and Robert Merrill picks up 4 yards.
Merrill's had some good plays here in the last few touches, trying to get him sort of back on track. Maybe surprise everybody with that up the gut run. Am I right? Am I right?
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. Thank you. At least I'm not wrong. Hey, talk about Pickler and, maybe naming some of the guys on the secondary for Queen City, but you got to love Johnny and building some excitement and raising the stakes, if you will, in the game. He is not afraid of competition. He is a gamer, and expect that, this one, sometimes it happens, right? And this is a team issue because the defense for London has had some struggles here against Queen City. But yeah, I hat tip to Johnny for doing that. And I think it helps keep the league spicy. Oh, right to the ref.
Speaking of spicy, he was looking for Benji Madsen, but it was just a bit out in front, and it'll be second down.
Is that like that Burt Reynolds movie, Longest Yard? Did he purposely throw that right at the the field judge? We're not going to see that again. I'm pretty sure it conked the ref.
Guy Clausen in the chat thinks Johnny hit the ball. Hit the ref with the ball. And Johnny's running for his life. He has to scramble now. And he picks up 6 yards on the improvised quarterback scramble. Nothing was open downfield, so he took off and used his legs. That's up a 3rd and 4.
Benji Madsen, I pulled a muscle. If you're not in the chat, get yourself in the chat. Colin can tell you about that in a second.
3rd and 4. 4 wide. Pickler audibleizing.
Ooh.
Has to throw, and it's a nice completion. First down, yardage.
It's just that kind of play that I love about Pickler.
To Vin Kalia.
How do you access the chat, Colin? Somebody's new. They're just tuning in. They're checking out the SFL. What's that about?
Well, we're on Twitch. This is the Simulationfl channel. If you go to twitch.tv/SimulationFL, you can join the rest of the community here as Merrill picks up 3 yards from the shotgun run.
Thank you, Colin.
Number 39, credited with the tackle. Second and 6.
Here you see the numbers for St. Green. They're paying him a lot of money. 5 grabs for 50 yards from Mike today. 10 targets. You can tell Johnny favors him quite a bit. Another pass. This one over the middle, caught.
We're watching Simulation Football League on Twitch, presented by APM Music, but that's not the only way to catch the league. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on For the Fans returns after the convention in Week 4, Sunday, August 15th. It's an epic slate, too, featuring Brian Craven, Doug Day, and Cameron Collier of Louisiana welcoming their old team, Lone Star, down to the Bayou, plus the high-flying DC Dragons in a rematch of last season's overtime with the Mexico City Aztecs. Stay tuned to the SFL social channels and league website for updated kickoff times.
Robert Merrill catches that pass out of the backfield to the 38. It'll be a first down. Pickler's back to throw, throws it out again to Merrill, and Robert Merrill trying to make things happen. only picks up 2.
Second and 7.
Cody Griffin, 2 interceptions today. 2nd and 8. London has to be looking for chunks down the field. As the throw,
come
post
on.
cut, it was beautifully defended by Ted Haynes, the veteran cornerback.
Yeah, from our angle, it looks like, oh, was there a shot at it? But there wasn't. Man, close.
Welcome, those of you who saw the Charleston Predators come back against the Louisiana Revolution, win 27-23. I'm Colin Northrop. He's Rick Northrop. This
Yo.
is bonus coverage. This game is the London Knights trying to make things a little more respectable, down 41-14. Robert Merrill out of the backfield catches that down to the 21.
Queen City has looked really good. They've scored on offense and on special teams. They've got a number of interceptions. Does Queen City? London struggled on defense. They do have a defensive touchdown, but they've not been able to put drives together consistently to produce scores.
3 wide receivers out for London. 2 to the bottom. Pickler changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Take a quick drop, fires it out to Merrill. Merrill trying to make Crow miss, and he hasn't missed very many tackles today. He only picks up 1.
In addition to some picks, Johnny Pickler has thrown some really interesting and amazing passes as well for those of you just joining.
Second and 9.
But it's not been enough. Also, the Rick Meter is here with us in Queen City. The Rick Meter has been full lean Queen City, full predicted Queen City victory since early in the 3rd.
Pickler, end zone, incomplete. Looking for the second tight end. That's Phillips. It's Tony Phillips. Just once again, his second drop of the game. He was pretty open that time. He just forgot to catch the ball. Although Johnny had it right on the money.
Third and 9. From 20 yards.
Our statisticians are Shane Kaufman and Dwayne Schindler. Leading tackler for Queen City's BJ Loveless with 9 total tackles, 6 solo. Here is Pickler, end zone, touchdown.
There we go.
Touchdown on the play to Sarah and Storm. It's now 41-20, pending the extra point. Second touchdown pass of the day for Johnny Pickler. And this was a beaut.
Wow. Tough catch.
King Jamal was right there. We'll have the extra point with 4:50 to go. Of course, Peter McLongfellow, he'll be a cult hero in London forever. He'll never have to buy a drink when he goes out to pubs in London. In a 49-yard field goal as time expired against Atlanta last week.
Indeed. Well, and with that extra point, it's now 41-21 in favor of your Queen City Corsairs here in Buffalo. But don't look now, Colin. It's only a 3-score game. 4:50 to go. We've seen crazier things happen. And I know, unfortunately, Colin, not to bring up a sore spot, your St. Louis Gladiators have been on both the positive and losing end of those crazy things. As here's your onside kick. Recovered
by Queen City. And the Corsairs will take over at the London 37, 1st and 10. 4:48 to go. I expect a heavy dose of Mr. Zero, who's fast approaching 200 yards. We'll get the carry here, and we'll add 1 more yard to that total.
And the London Knights expecting a heavy dose of Mr. Zero also, Colin. A little No surprises here in the late going in the fourth quarter. We'll see who comes out better. Of course, running with Jet Zero burns clock and typically has produced first downs for Queen City.
London showing blitz off the edges. Caswell, like the veteran he is, milking this play clock down. Zero takes it again, but is unable to find much running room. Only picks up 1 more yard for his troubles. It's now up to 196 on 26 totes to the ball.
An unfamiliar 3rd and long for Queen City in this game.
Well, for Queen City, they're 8 of 12 on 3rd down. They've gained 18 first downs. This will be play number 65. These teams have been pretty much even in terms of number of plays.
That's interesting, Colin. I did not expect that. Thank you, Dwayne and Shane.
Here's Zero. Oh, we got 2. We needed 8. Dally Mac Scarborough on it. And it looks like they'll be sending the punter out.
They will, indeed. Clock's still running.
As
London with its a full set of timeouts here in the second half. Is that right? Am I right?
Yes, that is correct. As we have a penalty on the play. I don't know. Maybe they took too long. We'll see.
They did. Care.
No, we got a neutral zone infraction penalty. No, it's an encroachment. One of the gunners must have lined up wrong. That was Tony.
Oh, my goodness. Trying to make something happen and loses their mind and forgets some basic football.
And I believe that puts it in field goal range now.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it can happen. I read the wrong read earlier. Totally straight-faced, too. And you're right, Colin.
This does put them in field goal range. Spotted at the 35, left hash. Made 2 field goals of 23 and 26. This one a bit longer. From 44, he makes it.
And it's good. So Queen City, not afraid to add insult to injury, takes advantage of that encroachment penalty.
Well, he is a rookie, and they want to see what his leg is. So I don't blame him for necessarily wanting to dig the field goal.
No, I meant the encroachment penalty on London. Queen City wants to rub it in their eye.
Aaron Storm to the 28, 2:53 in the fourth quarter. London had a nice touchdown drive last time they had the ball. Let's see if they can put together a nice one here.
1st and 10 from
2 minutes, 53 seconds. Here, Clear. Oh, that was out of bounds to Mike.
Yeah.
234 yards for Johnny. 226 for Caswell. Second and 10. Rick, this is a London team that a franchise that has never been to playoffs. They won 5 games last year, came up 1 game short, had a couple close ones to Baltimore, which ultimately cost them a playoff spot. Can they get over the hump? Oh, I thought Benji Matson was going to catch that ball.
So did I. So did I.
But ultimately, it was incomplete.
You know, every game counts, right? And seems like you come back and recover from the close loss or the game you gave away when you should have won. And it seems like those always end up being more costly than you think they are at the time.
3rd and 10, Pickler changes to play at the line of scrimmage.
You know, I know Benji wanted some snacks earlier in the chat. Let's see if he's got some news here.
Merrill catches it out of the backfield. The first down to 3rd and 9. Second time we've seen that play be successful. Johnny over the middle,
Ooh.
knocked down, incomplete. King Jamal out there playing with some of the reserves.
Little veteran leadership there, keeping the new guys in the right spots at the right time.
Bit of a special teams ace. You know, special teams, you know, a lot of people think, oh, special teams are just kickers and punters. But as we've seen, the return men have been huge, particularly for Queen City.
Well, and the blockers too. Oh,
and this is going to be intercepted. This is Kappa Jones grabs this out of the air, and the Reaper back bags himself an interception, his first of the day.
As you had pointed out on that Doug Spelling kickoff return right at the end of the first half, Colin, it was the backup linebacker that throws the final springing block on Longfellow, the kicker, to score that, right?
And now we have the backups in for the Corsairs, so this should be fun. This is Booker Repka is the quarterback. The halfback is Blake Radkeel. Here's the get to Radkeel up the middle, and he picks up 3 yards.
A little update on Benji Matson, and his nutrition. Reporting into the sideline, his sideline reporters, that the snacks were good. He's ready to go if they can get the ball back here.
We reached the 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by AP Music on Twitch TV.
You know, your average Jane and Joe may not know what it's like nutrition-wise for these players, you know, in season, especially if you're one of the big uglies up front. You're weighing about 300 pounds. You got to take 5,000 to 9,000 calories a day just to maintain weight.
Cam Fosby just about blew that play up in the backfield by himself, and the big fella tracks it down.
Now, if you're not 300 pounds and you're not in training, I do not recommend 5,000 to 9,000 calories a day.
Indeed. Well, spread things out a little bit, so Jay Hayden and Doug Spelling both move up the depth chart as there's no backups coming in, but this will be another handoff to Redkey. He gets the first down.
Wow. That's exciting. This is an old-fashioned football play.
Just hurdles over the down lineman. What can go wrong with an old-fashioned?
Name that movie. Nobody will know. Nobody. I predict nobody will know that line. I'll even give you a clue. It's the actor's Jim Backus. What could happen to an old-fashioned?
Ball is now on the 31. They're still in their regular offense. Will Myers is in the game along with Hoover Kimbrell at tight end. Just to get a Radke hurls over the down man, and he nearly gets the first down. He picks up 8.
Wow. Radke going radical. Showing he can carry the rock.
You know, give a shout out to Chris Komisak. He's been mostly blocking back, paving the way for Zero, but got to give him a shout out a little bit. You know, fullback don't get enough love around here sometimes. As kneel downs will occur, this will be a 3rd and 4. Corsairs will move to 2-0 in this interdivisional matchup. London will fall to 1-1, but there's still 10 weeks remaining in the season, so anything can happen.
It is rough to drop a divisional contest, though.
Indeed, as Dwayne Schindler is telling me that the backup halfback has averaged 5 yards a carry.
Congratulations, young man. Well, Queen City takes their max amount of time off the clock and now brings out their kicker again.
This is Dane Morrow. He made one from 44. This is more center hash. A little past the
Center hash? Between
center of the field.
There we go. Ooh.
Snap spot kick is on the way, and it is good from 43. So he made 4 field goals today.
And Denver, the service dogs, excited about that one.
Each one of increasing distance.
Increasing distance.
23, 26, 46, and 44.
Well, as we await this, the latest kickoff from Queen City, Colin, it's been an impressive show here by Queen City in front of the hometown fans.
There's going to be quite a few Jolly Rogers raised tonight
I think so.
around Buffalo.
If we break this down, right, we haven't talked much about the QC defense. Maybe you can pull up some stats there, but they've held London to 21 points. The offense has scored almostly at will. They've got several defensive picks, and
They got 4 between 3 players.
and they got a special team play as well. So
Here's Pickler, throws out of bounds. Ben Kalia's 5th catch. He's up to 64 yards.
and Kalia, one of the few bright spots for the Knights. Merrill being the other.
At times, Pickler has gotten everyone involved.
Not sure what's up with the service dog. Maybe he's just excited
May-
about Queen City's performance.
Pickler, quick drop, out route to the sideline. St. Green doesn't get out of bounds, and here we go with the clock.
That whole clock thing, that nuisance clock thing. They do hurry up, get to the line. They'll be able to run at least one more play. And they spike it.
3 seconds, ball on their 46. I appreciate the compliments. Compliment Bib Markham.
Appreciate everybody being along with us for the ride. Rick Meter is happy. Rick Meter's happy with the chat.
Here's Pickler, throws, incomplete, and that'll do it. The final score, 47-21. Queen City firmly takes this one from a divisional opponent.
Here's your post-game wrap-up. Let's first check out the stats. Look at this, passing yards, pretty equal. Rushing is the difference there. Big difference there. Total yards, big
As
difference.
well as turnovers.
Head turnovers.
Jet Zero finishes a whisker away from 200 yards on 27 carries. He's at 198.
I think I'm pretty sure you're talking about the player of the game there, Colin. No zero, Mr. Zero.
He is a hero, that's for sure.
Oh, man.
Dane Morrow, 4-4 in field goals, including a career long. Cody Griffin with 2 interceptions. Doug Spelling with a kick return touchdown. James Matthews Jr. caught a touchdown pass as well. And this 64-yard run, just a thing.
Will we be on a call for a game at the convention?
We will. We're on the list, and it's just a matter of seeing what assignments are.
The allocation was great. I wanted to tell everybody who's going to be at the convention next weekend down in Houston. Looking forward to seeing y'all. And looking forward to being able to call a game if the league so desires us to.
As we go through the highlights here, Johnny Pickler finishes with 263 yards on 31 of 56 passing. And unfortunately for him, he threw 4 interceptions, including one to the Reaper back, Kappa Jones. And this capped off the scoring for the game. As Morrow hits his 4th field goal of the game. Play of the game is, drum roll, please. Jet 0, 196 yards, rushing 3 touchdowns, along with 27 receiving, so over 200 total yards of offense today. He's your play of the game. For Shane Kaufman and Dwayne Schindler on stats, and Cameron Irvine, our producer, I'm Colin Northup. He's Rick Northup. Have a good rest of your evening, everyone, and enjoy the rest of the SFL action.